But what they don't talk a lot about is actually how do you evaluate a deal from a dud? And I see this in Facebook groups. Oh, people posting a deal and people are like, oh, I don't know if this is a good deal or a bad deal. I'm going to share my note investing checklist for non-performing notes. This is straight out of the manual, as some people do. You can actually download a copy of the manual, put a link in the description for you to be able to get your own copy of this. Now, this is really it's a breathing, living document because things change, cities change. Like I don't buy a lot in Florida right now because of things going on with insurance and property values crash and stuff like that. So it's going to change. Pricing on some of this stuff has changed over the years. But it's kind of a process of not only what do you look at on the front end side, how do you slice up a spreadsheet, but also what do you look at as far as collateral file and what do you do after you buy the note, kind of that aspect of things. So I encourage you to ask questions. I encourage you to download your own copy of this and make some tweaks to it if you want to. No cost to do that. I think it's best to kind of watch in full and let me know what you think about it. And I don't, there are no dumb questions for those of you guys that are watching live or listening. Even to the replays, feel free to make comments on it. If you think something's missing, let me know. I'm glad to tweak it. But I think when I sat through this, and I've worked with so many one-on-one coaching students to close deals, this is the list we go off of. And obviously we've tweaked it over the years from when we first started doing this back over 10 years ago. It's hard to believe 15 years ago when I first started teaching people. And when I first got started, was an old Dean Engel checklist that he provided when he taught note investing back years ago, back in 2008 when he taught for a little while. And then he stopped teaching when he bought, I don't know, 5,000 plus non-performing seconds. Now his checklist, we still have that in the manual. It's like a 21-page engineer's wet dream. Okay. I will not share that. It just doesn't make a lot of sense, especially if you're focused on a lot of second liens. Yeah, you could take a look at it, but my stuff is focused primarily on just the first liens. That's where you see it, whether it's owner finance notes or institutional debt. These are the deals to take a look at and use this as your guideline. Of course, depending on what you're buying, depending on the spreadsheet that you've gotten, some of these columns may be included, some columns may not be included. So that's why we don't have a uniform thing like we can drop a spreadsheet into a program that's going to spit out a yield to, because everything's a little bit different when we look at it. But this is designed to help you take a look at it. Now, of course, you want to still look at these assets on an individual basis, but this is designed to help you slice and dice, get rid of the funk you don't want to look at, and help you identify the more popular deals that will be deals potentially, and help you eliminate a lot of duds.